Hey ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and work on Kim Bop. So you've seen me as the improvisationist making a lot of stuff. So today we're going to dive into cooking. Now I'm not the best cook, but I make a pretty mean Kim Bop. So watch the video. We're going to start from scratch of all the ingredients that you're going to need, and then we're going to go right into making Kim Bop, and you can see how it's done. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and start with we're going to get our ingredients together. So we're going to start with some large eggs. It doesn't really matter what kind, but I usually try to use the larger so it gives you more eggs. When we're making the eggs, we're going to add a little bit of milk to make it fluffy and it stands out more. You know, make eggs like you would normally make eggs, eat at breakfast time, fry them up, and then you go from there. The other things we're going to use, we've got a little bit of spinach we're going to use. We're going to use American cheese, and we got some artificial crab meat. In addition, the last ingredient, which makes it taste so good, is we have the Korean radish, sweet radish, pickled sweet radish, which really stands out in the taste. You can make it like this, or you can make what they call California Kim Bop and add the wasabi. But we're not going to add the wasabi on this. The last ingredient that you can use, and that's toward the end, is they can dip it into the soy sauce if they like, and they're not allergic to soy sauce. The last thing that we do when we add the Kim and the rice together is we're going to take and we're going to add sesame seed oil. And sesame seed oil brings out flavor along with all these. So stay tuned and I'll get started here in just a minute. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have already as I pointed out, prepped most of the dishes. I have the sesame, or the, we'll cut that part out. We have the spinach over here, the crab, the radish, the eggs, and what I've done here is I've added sesame seed oil to the rice and mixing it up real good so it's even throughout. I'll go ahead and cut this off, and then we'll kind of get started. Make sure you go through and mix it really well. Smell the aroma. Smells good. Already smells good. Really well. Okay, and so the last ingredient we have to have is the Kim, which goes on the outside. So when you're making Kim Bop, you have to have the leaf portion Kim Bop. And what that means is it's got to be a big sheet. It can't be one of those little tiny sheets. So we buy one of these. Also, you want to make sure that your chopping board is dry. So this one I probably need to dry a little bit more. Just to make sure it's dry enough. Move all my ingredients over here together so it's really easy for me to get to when I start. So as you can see, it's a really beautiful set of colors. And separate us one of these. Let's have this one ready. the next one. Okay, so we're going to lay it flat long ways is preferable. And you don't have to use a lot of rice, because once you put everything else in, it's going to help fill it up. But you want to flatten it, and you want to even it out as much as possible. Carefully. And you're going to spread it out. Spread it out. A little bit more. Flatten it down. And go ahead and pull it out toward the sides. Now you want to leave a little section. This one's falling apart on me here. You want to leave a little section of the Kim so that you can roll it in. We're going to start with a piece of crab. We'll try with that piece. Ooh, that's going to be big. We don't want it quite that big. Chop it. Thin pieces is fine. You don't have to have anything too big. And then we'll go with a piece of radish. A little bit of, as you notice, I'm leaving it where it's falling off the sides, which is good because you can cut the sides off for display. Add a little bit of eggs. Like I said, I cut pretty big pieces just so I can have more, or have bigger slices for people. And I believe that, oh, we got one more piece. One more thing that I didn't pull out. And I left this in the refrigerator because cheese, the American cheese, seems to, if you leave it out, it gets really melty and slimy, and it doesn't want to pull apart right. So you want to make sure that you keep it refrigerated if you're not pulling it out and using it. There we go. Now we should have the full thing. Now we can just slowly pull everything we can to this side, and we can slowly wrap it together. Now every time you get one of these seaweed pieces, it's not always going to come out right the first time because you have to get used to rolling it. As you can see, you want to try to keep it as tight as possible and roll it together. Nice. And as you can see, this one's starting to fall apart, but that's okay. It'll be eaten. Everybody eat it. But we'll do some more. As you can see, the nice pretty colors that's in it, and the good pieces that are on this one, we'll start plating them so that people will be able to eat them. And just kind of cut them in pieces. Now there are some people that like to add the carrots to it. I don't mind the carrots one way or the other. Carrots just make it a little crunchier and gives it a little more color. But that's fine. We didn't use carrots on this one, which would be fine. Now you see that I have the ends off here, which is okay because I usually put them on a little plate. People still eat those up. People still love the ends. So we'll take the ends and we'll put them right on the side, because like I said, people will still eat the ends. They always do. This is one food that you'll never have a problem with people eating because it is so delicious. Okay, so we'll go in the second one. Now we know kind of the consistency and how we have to. So we're going to put all the stuff we can on this side and leave that side so there's not a lot. And since we know we can't really pull on this type of seaweed, we just kind of smush it down till we get to the right consistency. To just kind of slightly pull it so it's even. And it's a whole lot better. Get some of the or the sesame seed oil into this. That'll help strengthen the areas. Pull it out.
Oh, you got my knife.
Add a little bit more to the edge here without going too far. Now I can take all these extra pieces that I made before and just add them on.
Can I have that one?
Which one? One of these?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Eggs. Add some crabs. Add some cheese. Is good?
Yep.
Okay. Roll it as tight as you can without breaking it. When you roll it, you can almost see the sesame seed oil coming out. That's a good sign. That means when you get toward the end, it'll stick better. Because once you get here, you're going to want that sesame seed oil to pull and hold that end on. We're getting a little bit better here. Okay, find the harder spot. Pull the end off. And cut them down. Look what a nice plating that is. Look how pretty that is. It's turning out to be really nice. And we can even push it in, make room for another one before we start a second row. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and we will come back as I'm finished. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final project. This is the Kim Bop I was telling you about when we started with the video. It makes for a great finger snack food. People really love it. As you can see, it's really colorful. Unlike sushi, this doesn't actually have any raw fish. This is artificial crab, and well, add a little carrots if you want. It's really beautiful. Plus, it's gone in an instant. stay tuned for more of the improvisionist stuff that I make. And I hope you enjoy the cooking that I did, and try it. You're gonna like it. Till later, this is the improvisionist. Bye.